Shalom, family. Good to see everyone here. Boy, we got a lot to talk about today in regards to these plane crashes. Now, one thing I wanted to say was before Donald Trump took office, they had told him they were very short-handed. They didn't even have enough air traffic controllers before he even came into office. And a week before the DC crash, where the helicopter flew into an American Airlines flight, Donald Trump laid off 300 FAA personnel, and many of the people he laid off were air traffic controllers. And that was 2 weeks before the helicopter slammed into the plane. Donald Trump did that. And they really tried hard to talk him out of letting air traffic controllers gone. They were already shorthanded for years. He didn't care. He signed it anyway. And then that accident, and they did warn him there would be more accidents to come if he start cutting the workers. And Donald Trump just does what he wants, and he think he knows better than everyone else, and he really truly don't. True Royal, are you there? Are you there, True Royal? Okay, I don't know if you're having problems or okay.
I'm here, Lisa.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay. No, what I was saying was they had advised Donald Trump not to cut FAA jobs because they already didn't have enough air traffic controllers. And they were shorthanded for years.
Mm-hmm.
And they warned him that if he cut those jobs, it would be more accidents. And of course, he didn't listen to no one. And they said about a week before that plane accident where the helicopter slammed into that American airline flight in DC,
Uh-huh.
he let 300 FAA workers go, and many of them were air traffic controllers.
Well, I was reading last night that he continues to fire even more of them.
Yes.
It hasn't stopped at all with these
And
accidents, and now he's
yeah,
eerily quiet.
yeah, yeah, because it's not a single day that goes by where there's not some sort of plane incident, whether it's mechanical or a real deadly accident. It's all happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it just goes to show you This man don't care about anybody. He's once again showing everybody he don't care about you. He doesn't care about you at all. I
Mm-mm.
have a video that I want to show you from NBC News. Hold on, let me see if I can
I'm
get
gonna go
this
on
up
mute.
and running. Okay. All right. All right. So this is a video on hundreds of FAA workers let go. All right. Please give me a one if you can see my screen. Give me a one if you can see the screen. Thank you. Okay.
The surreal sight of an overturned plane at Toronto's Pearson International Airport, just the latest aviation disaster to strike our airways in only the last 3 weeks. With the horrifying DC collision in late January, the first major fatal commercial plane crash in the U.S. since 2009, claiming the lives of 67 people. Then days later, an air ambulance carrying 6 crashed near a mall in northeast Philadelphia, killing everyone on board and another person in a car, injuring dozens. Less than a week after that, a sobering image posted by the U.S. Coast Guard from Alaska after a regional flight crashed off the coast, leaving 10 people dead. Then just days ago, the 78-year-old pilot of a private plane died after crashing into another aircraft on a Scottsdale, Arizona runway. Passengers around the country shaken.
It is nerve-wracking. I'm going to be completely honest. It is nerve-wracking.
I really didn't feel safe at all today because there's so much stuff going on.
A tragic spate of incidents under investigation at a time air traffic controls nationwide are strained for people and resources.
We need to look at the system and we need to make improvements where the recommendations and the findings suggest they should be made. That doesn't mean it isn't overall a safe system.
A deepening air of concern over the state of what's historically been an exceedingly safe industry. Sam Brock, NBC News.
NBC Shaq Brewster is an Eastern.
Okay. Stop sharing. Okay. You want to chime in, True Royal?
Well, this is unreal. What I was thinking is Trump is aware of these problems that are going on because there's multiple problems, but right now we're just focusing on these planes falling out the sky. And with his incompetence and ignorance, he's just going to continue to dig his heels in, and he's going to keep doing what he's doing. It's not going to stop. It is not going to stop. And but this makes me think of Pharaoh, Lisa, how this is heartening his heart. These folks is dying left and right, and he don't give a damn.
No, that's 700. 700. They're giving the number for FAA people that were let go, y'all. And thank you, LVZ, for the super chat. Thank you for your support. He fires air traffic controllers, and now planes are falling out the sky like grapes fall off the vine. Yeah, shaking my head. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly right. See, Donald Trump, this is why, I laugh at some of the videos I look at where the people are crying and talking about he don't care about us. Well, he never said he cared about you. Donald Trump was on, I will never forget this, and y'all can look at the video. One rally, I saw a clipping, and he was standing on the stage and said, I don't care about you. I just want your vote. And do you know they were in the crowd cheering? I said, did they even listen to what this man just said to them? But he said that right on the mic in front of a big MAGA crowd. I don't care about you. I just want your vote.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they think maybe they didn't think he meant that. He
Well,
meant exactly what he said.
it was a form of entertainment to them, Lisa. See, these people, their thinking is so warped, and I know you already know this. Their thinking is so warped. When they go down there to go vote, the only thing they thinking in their mind is it's going to affect us. They never thought it was going to affect them. It is so many videos out, and I know you know this too. And like I said, I watched them for like 2 hours. I got tired of watching them crying and pissing and moaning, and all. But that is their thinking. And then I think this too, and we did discuss this, Lisa. I think Trump wants this. This is how his thinking is. I'm gonna destroy it all, and then I'm gonna build it back up. This is how warped he is, because he wants to get the praise and the glory for it. He ain't gonna be able to build it back up. He don't even have a clue. I mean, he's a failed businessman.
Yes, he is. I've been trying to tell people that for years.
Mm-hmm.
When you listen to MAGA talk, how you doing, Tareen? When you listen to MAGA talk, it's, oh, Trump is a businessman. He's this. Yeah, Elon is a businessman too. And both of them are failed businessmen. I think that's why they are so drawn to each other. Both of them are failures when it comes down to business.
Mm-hmm.
So now, ladies and gentlemen, the situation with the planes are getting worse. And yeah, the public is noticing all of these daily crashes that are occurring across the country.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it look like America's pilots are incompetent. That's what it looks like. Like you can't get competent. The pilots are inexperienced, but technically they're not at all.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at a brother that is flying a plane. He got dreadlocks and he's a pilot. He's got a perfect record. He's never had not one incident, and I hope it continues to be that way for him, because
Mm-hmm.
according to them is DEI. And I believe that's why a lot of this stuff is happening to y'all, because you have weaponized DEI, the new N word, every
Mm-hmm.
chance you get, especially trying to do it to us. And I really believe a lot of these accidents is your judgment,
Mm-hmm.
because you won't stop mocking us.
Mm-hmm.
You won't stop pointing your finger and blaming us for everything. And I really believe this is part of your judgment that we're looking at.
It is, Lisa. It is, because now the very things that we have been speaking into the universe is like it's blossoming right before us. Because I've been saying over and over, it's a cost messing over us.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to pay out. Not things are finna happen and getting ready to happen. It is happening real time. Every damn day, something is happening. I can't even keep up with this stuff.
Mm-hmm. You can't. You
Mm-mm.
can. You can hardly keep up with this. It's almost like once you do a video on one crash, shoot, hours later, you got to do another one. That
Lisa,
they are coming back to back.
I'll call Lisa in the middle of the night. I'm like, Lisa, another one that fell out the sky, or she didn't call me. Guess what didn't happen? We can't even go to sleep yet before we check in. It's like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goodness.
Exactly. All right, so y'all, I got this next video that I'm going to show you, and this is about the Delta accident. A plane flipped over. I said, I told True Royal, in all the years I've been alive, I have never seen a plane flipped over like this. I'm talking about a commercial plane. I'm not talking about a little small one pilot plane. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a commercial flight. I have never seen the airplane flipped over on its back like this, ever. All right, y'all, let me go ahead and show you this next video.
And good day. We are coming on the air with breaking news out of Toronto. Toronto Pearson Airport confirming that a Delta Airlines flight from Minneapolis, St. Paul had a serious incident during its attempted landing in Toronto. The airport issuing a ground stop for all flights there. And it's because of what you see right here. Early images showing the aircraft completely upside down. But the airport authority reporting, and this is incredible, that, quote, all passengers and crew are accounted for. I want to get straight to Tom Costello, our NBC News aviation correspondent. Tom, when you see that picture and you hear from the airport, and again, things are fluid at this hour, that everyone survived, it's quite incredible. What do we know right now? We can clearly see all that snow on the ground.
This is a regional jet. As you may recall, it was a regional jet involved in the incident in Washington a couple of weeks ago. This was a CRJ, a 900, and that means it can carry somewhere between 75 and 80 passengers inbound from Minneapolis into Toronto. Weather at the time, 18 degrees and blowing snow. Apparently, as it came down and landed on the runway, something went wrong, and somehow this plane ended up upside down. Literally, you're looking at the bottom of the plane there. There's an incredible image right there as the plane is upside down. Toronto Pearson Airport firefighters on the scene very quickly and hosing it down. The amazing portion of this, as you mentioned, the airport is tweeting that all passengers and all crew accounted for. And the question is going to be, what happened? Was it in the landing? Was it in, did they hit ice as they were landing and unable to control the plane? There are a lot of unanswered questions right now, but more than anything, I think everybody is grateful, Tom, that nobody has been killed, according to the airport. The Association of Flight Attendants has just tweeted that the union representing flight attendants is responding to an incident in Toronto with Delta Endeavour Flight 4819. That's the regional carrier for Delta. Crews are working this flight. We're working the flight, rather, and there are no fatalities, according to the union. We have had a series of aviation incidents of late, Tom, as you well know. The one here in Washington. We also had a terrible medevac plane crash in Northeast Philadelphia with 7 dead there. We had 10 people killed in a crash just off the coast of Nome, Alaska. And now we have this incident. But thankfully, at the moment, no fatalities reported.
And Tom, we just got some new information. NBC News has confirmed that 8 people are injured. We know that one of those 8 is in critical condition right now. You mentioned a key piece of information there. This is flight 4819. I think that's what you said. This was a CRJ 900. Tom, the airport also tweeting that in the last week, they've gotten about 20 inches of snow, more than they received in all of November, December, and January combined. You can see those piles of snow there. Talk to me about the rescue effort there, because we saw those fire trucks out there shooting what looks like a fire suppressant on top of these planes, but we're talking about freezing conditions out there.
They're going to do that immediately, because if they have a fuel tank rupture, they need to immediately, and by the way, there's some amateur video out there suggesting that there was quite a bit of heavy smoke immediately after this incident. Fire crews are going to be at the end or at the point of where that crash has occurred. I think the rule is they've got to be there within, I want to say it's 90 seconds, but I'm not positive. They're all governed by the same FAA, and the FAA regs and the Canadian regs are the same. They've got to have a very robust fire response very quickly. But that's amazing. You've got everybody out and some injuries, but no fatalities. It is, as we mentioned, this is operated by Endeavour. And as you know, most of the airlines have a kind of a sub-carrier, if you will, that handles the regional flights. So that appears to be what that is. Then a regional flight for Delta Airlines, Minneapolis to Toronto in pretty rough landing conditions, insofar as the snow on the ground. Anyway, Tom.
I'm Jason.
And I'm Kelly.
And we built our TimberTech deck.
There's a question.
Y'all, no matter how you look at this, America looks bad in this whole thing. It really does. I mean, it looks, I tell you what, you would have to twist my arm and drag me on the plane at this point. I don't think I could get on a plane.
Oh,
I don't blame anybody for hesitating.
No, I feel you on that. You know, I was thinking, Lisa, the people they have interviewed that had that experience, and this is the statement I want to make. Any person that has a full experience Don't dismiss what they saying, because Yahweh is giving us messages. Don't take a chance on this system and say, well, I'm going to get on the plane. My husband said he wanted to send me to go to Arizona to go visit my grandkids. I'll walk to Arizona first before I would get on these damn planes. I'm not doing it. I ain't taking no chance with myself. Take heed to this. But then look at how Yahweh is setting things up. It's a lot of different moving parts going on. Okay, eventually vacation season gonna kick in. Ain't nobody coming to America. Look at how unstable America is. Ain't nobody coming here no more. So the tourist industry is getting ready to get hit hard, real hard, on so many levels. Not just because of the planes falling out the sky, just how unstable and how uninviting this country is.
And plus, let's be honest, the world don't like Donald Trump, y'all.
No.
The world don't like Donald Trump. I have not, other than Israel, I have not come across one single country that said they feel positive that Donald Trump is in power. Most of them are speaking against him. They're literally dragging him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got an unlikable president. No, you're not going to attract tourists at all.
He doesn't know how to keep things smooth and all. And I've been listening to other countries, and they're saying, wow, everything just turned overnight. This stuff is, the ripple effects is being felt nationwide. People are being, again, taken out of their comfort zone.
Yeah, and Donald Trump is nasty just for the hell of it. A lot of these countries did not do anything to Donald Trump, but he's turning up on everybody. I mean, a lot of it don't even make any sense. I'm like, okay, so what did these other countries do to America? They haven't done anything. But Donald Trump, every time he's dealing with any of these other countries, he's dealing with these countries like he got a bug up his ass. You know, and he comes off very nasty and negative, and that's why some people say he's like a crime boss. Yeah, that's how he tries to portray himself, but Donald Trump's full of shit. At the end of the day, you're looking at a coward.
Yeah, but see, then he sets the template, and then look at how J.D. Vance goes overseas and talk real nasty to folks.
Because Donald Trump told him to do that.
Yeah.
And I would not be surprised if Elon did that mess too.
Yeah, they
told him, oh, go over there and talk to them like this, and but you be stern and do this, and you know what I mean? I don't think he did that out of thin air. I think he was instructed to do that, because that really lines up with how Donald Trump be talking to these world leaders. He's very disrespectful and nasty and mean-spirited. It's ridiculous. You don't have to deal with people like that all the time.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Lord, how do you get anything done with a person like that?
No,
you can't get nothing done with Donald Trump.
No, this man, no, But this is going to affect so many different things. It just, like I said, I have never. This supersedes my thinking, and we warned folks, but we didn't even know the depths and the levels of how this stuff was going to even go down. And then Yahweh is you can't stop. Well, let's say you can't stop the divine hand. Trump is trying to ignore this stuff. I've been reading articles, watching videos. They are blaming Trump. You can't blame Obama. You can't blame Biden. You are the president. You came in office kicking the door in, firing folks. And Trump, I'm going to tell y'all this too as well. The entire time, and only the good Lord knows, he's in office, he's going to continue to keep firing. That's what he does. He was doing that when he was working in the private sector. That's all he do is fire people. he gets off on that. You can't, it's like you can't, he never gets full. You know, he never gets full, and he's gonna have to be stopped. Like
Yeah,
I
well,
said,
you're gonna get a good kick out of this because I'm gonna do a video a little later. Now, Elon is denying that he's in charge of Doge.
I know,
Now
I
they're
know.
switching and saying that he's just an advisor to Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so y'all were the ones putting all that out there that he was going to be heading Doge. But now that so much has happened, and a lot of people are mad at Elon and the protest from President's Day, a lot of that was aimed at Elon Musk. Now all of a sudden, oh no, that's not what he is. Okay, so Doge is running itself. It has no head or leader.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? And even saying he's an advisor, that doesn't seem right either. So when do the advisor to the president got the power to close departments and fire a bunch of people?
Yeah, so he's back. He's backpedaling, and and that right there, you know what that shows to me, Lisa? There's a crack already being developed
Mm-hmm.
in they little demonic ass system where
Mm-hmm.
they can't handle the backlash that they dealing with. So then it's going to be finger pointing, and this is all stemming from with getting rid of those people that work in the nuclear industry, because that was a bad look.
And
That was
they said they still can't. Oh, Kim, I'm so glad you brought that up. I saw an article that came out this morning, and they said they still can't get a hold of all those people.
yeah, that's a bad look. And a lot of those people said they're not coming back.
Right.
They know
But
how
yeah,
them
they have
people know how to
tried.
reach out.
Yeah, they said they can't get the majority of them at all. They
Yeah,
can't
because
reach them.
who would want to go back to that? Okay, it's like it's stepping back in the devil's den, and then they're gonna kick the door in again and fire your ass. So cut your
Right.
losses and keep it moving.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous what they're doing. And I heard even some of the other departments they let go. Some of those people were in positions that were really necessary,
Mm-hmm.
as part of the government flowing right. And he got rid of those folks.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's a major breakdown in how things are done. You
Mm-hmm.
can't just go. I said, Elon don't understand the government. So how does he know who to fire and who not? And I told True Royal probably like a week ago, I said, he's not even researching these departments. You need to research to see what's necessary, what's not. Then
Mm-hmm.
you're better to determine, okay, well, these positions can go, but these over here, they must stay. He's just, like she said, it's like he's kicking the door in and telling them, you got 30 minutes to get out of here.
Yeah, he's doing it for fun. Do you know? I read an article, blew my mind. I don't know if somebody was listening to me or not, Lisa, but I read an article the other day and they said Doge, the way Doge is conducting themselves like this is like a video game. I've been saying that for weeks.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then lo and behold, it goes down. But something that I wanted to share with y'all, since y'all know I'm up here in the Bay Area, in San Francisco, 3 white boys had on some shirts that said Elon, no, that said Doge, had on some hats that say Make America Great Again. They let them go in City Hall, and I've been up there a zillion times growing up in the Bay Area, and they go inside of City Hall, past the security, and start demanding, going to multiple offices, demanding for them to go into the computers and stuff, and they were imposters.
Yeah. Oh, well,
They
I got something juicy to tell you too.
Okay, so they were. Let me finish up real quick. So they were imposters. So then somebody alerted the sheriff that, hey, these guys are in here. They got away. And I'm saying somebody need to be fired, because for them to even allow them to come in there to pull that junk, and they go into multiple offices and stuff, and then they let them get away, or we investigating it.
That's how
So
you
they
know they're
pulling this
white
stuff.
boys. That's how you know they're white boys.
Yep, I'm done.
Oh, listen. Guess what Elon is trying to get to? He's trying to get to Fort Knox to get to the gold reserves.
What?
Now, what the hell does that got to do with Doge?
Wow, this supersedes my thinking. Lord.
He's trying to get to the gold reserves in Fort Knox. Now, y'all, come on. This is about stealing. That's what this mess is about. It ain't about no government wasteful spending and all the stuff they try to hide behind. This is about stealing.
Damn.
Yeah, they trying to get to the gold reserves, trying to justify Elon getting to the gold. Okay, so now what he does, it pertains to gold. No, it don't. It pertains to stealing. That's
Well,
all. I
you know,
feel like he's casing the joint. So when Trump is ready to make his escape out of there, they'll be taking a lot with them. Money, gold, and anything else they can get their hands on of value. And IRS people are now resigning ahead of Elon cutting jobs over there. They said the top executives and stuff, they're already leaving. They're already resigning over at the IRS because they know the layoffs are coming. So you got your leadership over there jumping ship already.
You know what
I just say, y'all get your tax refunds. He gonna do this right in the middle of tax season. Fire people. Come on.
And you know what? The more they keep coming to Trump about all these big mistakes that they are making, you know how Trump gonna do? He gonna do what he usually do, because he'll spin on a dime on you. He'll be like, well, I didn't approve that. Oh, I don't know nothing about that. Watch how that bastard will sit there.
They said recently he brought up Obama.
Oh Lord, here we go.
No. We're talking to you, Donald Trump, not Obama. But yeah, recently the media did ask him, and he brought up Obama. I said, see, now you don't really have much to hide behind. As long as Elon is out there, all eyes are on Donald Trump and Elon. It's not on no previous president. Yeah, y'all, I don't know what's going to happen, but I was reading an article this morning saying that over at the IRS, people are already resigning because they know Elon is coming. They already said they're going to be cutting thousands of jobs at the IRS. I really don't give a shit about the IRS, y'all. I really don't. I think what they do in this country is a big ripoff anyway. It's a sham. But that's for here or there. The bottom line is, this is tax season. Deadlines got to be met. And he is, this is the time you pick to start laying people off. Why not do it in the summer when it's not that many people filing anymore? Nope, he want to do it now. No, he want to do it now. And they said he got access to the data. The data that got our names, our addresses, what kind of salary we make, your previous tax refunds, anything involving the IRS. He's in the database over there. Okay, so what's the purpose in that?
Lisa, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm here.
I just got a pop up. Another plane that fell out the sky.
Yeah, I saw that just before we came on. I saw it was another.
Damn.
But see, you let go of your air traffic controllers.
Wow.
What did you think was going to happen? Y'all, if you go back, many of you, if you were around when Ronald Reagan was the president, the same thing happened. When he fired the air traffic, he fired all of them.
I remember that.
It was accidents all over the place for a while before they were able to hurry up and train people to start doing those jobs again. He fired every last one of them.
Yeah, I know some people are like, are you serious? Oh my goodness, yes, another plane that fell out the sky.
Yes, I saw it just before I came on.
Wow.
It's true.
But yeah, I was I think I was a teenager when that happened. When he got rid of them air traffic controllers, and they was talking about how them air traffic controllers was drunks and dope fiends.
Yeah.
You know, but they hiring these people in these very sensitive positions. You know, and one thing this country is guilty of, they be hollering on your own merit. I didn't work with some people I didn't feel comfortable around. I have anybody ever felt like that?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean serious, because I the kind of construction that I work, there's different levels of construction. I work the most dangerous construction you could think of. You could die that damn day at work. And you got these high ass white boys. Because I remember, Lisa, when I first started working at the age of 19, this white boy, he screamed at me. He actually saved my life. He said, don't you stand near these people. Don't stand near this equipment. They come to work high. And I was like, what? And I was looking at them. I said, oh, okay. Thank you. They come to work high. And they
come to work high in the tech world too.
Oh Lord, they incompetent.
Expect to sit there high and get promotions all the time. Yeah, they have that expectation.
So so it don't matter. It doesn't matter if they white collar or blue collar. They nature is the same. Yeah, I mean it's been some scary situations out there.
Yeah. And I often wonder, I know a lot of these accidents are due to cutting the air traffic controllers, but I also wonder how many are high and drunk when they're flying these airplanes, because you can best believe many of them are.
I want to share something with you, talking about how incompetent they can be. My husband had shared with me the other night, because he was an iron worker for 40 years. Do you know, he said that they allowed a white boy to put up an entire building backwards. I just shook my head.
You True Royal, the high school I went to, they had the blueprint up, on the wall in the school, before they built it. Do you know they built the high school I went to backwards? They did. The high school I went to, the back of the building actually was supposed to be the front of the building. And the front of the building was supposed to be the back of the building. And we figured, we were just high school students, and we looked at the blueprints and was able to figure out they built the damn building backwards.
That's incredible.
Yeah, the high school I kid you not, y'all, the high school I went to was built backwards.
That is funny.
Okay, and then they had pictures of it being constructed. It was no melanated man to be seen. They can't even put it on our people. No melanated men were out there building the building. It was all white men. And they built the shit backwards.
Lord have mercy.
But they're sitting around screaming every time something happens. They screaming DEI, like as if they don't make mistakes. But we see their blunders out here every day.
This sure is. And they allow something on that scale. That's the part that blows my mind. I mean, and then everybody is incompetent, because when do you figure it out?
Yeah. That's why I laughed at how they're trying to attach DEI to black people. And every time you turn around, you're out or you pick up a story, their blunders are all over the damn place. And you can best believe it's going to be a lot more incompetency coming out of the Trump administration. He didn't pick not one competent person to be in his cabinet. Oh, it's going to be many blunders, y'all. Many.
Okay, somebody just asked a question and I can answer it for you real quick. So, so far, there's been 87 aviation accidents. 87. And we in February. Now I would have to go to the other site to see.
And y'all, it's not the melanated pilots making these blunders. I just want to put that out there. It's the ones that they claim are competent. Let me just put it that way.
I gotta look to see how many just fell out the sky in February. Damn. So they were saying that there was 62 incidents in January and 25 in February. Goodness.
And the month ain't even over yet,
Oh
y'all.
Lord.
Month ain't even over.
And now
but see, that Philly crash hit close to home because that was around where my father worked, y'all.
Yeah, the streets.
I mean, I used to be, I can't tell you how many times I've been up and down Roosevelt Boulevard.
Wow.
So that one hit close to home for me.
Yeah, see, now they showing on Newsweek a map of where all these planes is falling out of the sky. Oh Lord.
Yeah. I can imagine.
Yeah, and they're blaming Trump. They're blaming Trump.
Yeah, they're blaming Trump because you know where he messed up when that first crash happened, with the helicopter going into the American airline plane. And the first thing he did, instead of offering condolences, because everybody was lost in that accident, he gonna end it talking about it was DEI that caused it. I said people don't care about that when they're grieving.
Yeah, and he remember he said he had common sense
about that.
He was so nasty, and remember he said he had common sense.
Yes, he did. But when somebody is grieving, that's just like somebody is gone that you're close to in your family, and then I come along and say, Kim, it's them Democrats to blame for all of this. You don't want to hear that shit.
No, you don't.
When you're grieving. And that's what he does all the time. It's DEI that caused this whole thing. Okay. Well, when I looked at both pilots, they were both white. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, well, we know they were the ones that benefited the most from DEI.
Well, they are basically saying, meanwhile, Trump is doing mass layoffs at the FAA, including safety specialists.
Yep.
Very critical positions.
He's going after every position over there that is really critical for those positions to be filled.
Said making our skies less safe.
You almost afraid to even be on the ground with somebody with one of the way they're falling out the sky. I'm thinking, okay, that one flew into a damn residential area and fell from the sky.
See, this bastard will never admit that he is wrong. He just gonna dig his heels in. Let's keep in mind, Pharaoh.
That's a character flaw that many of them have.
And even like this situation with the people in the nuclear industry that they got rid of, he ain't gonna make no comment about it. He just gonna keep signing shit and smiling at people. He think this shit is cute. But like I said, he's still getting reports. This stuff is not working out. This stuff is not going well. And it's gonna be a bunch of finger pointing and blaming. And I didn't approve this and what
Yeah. Well,
and all, and
Trump,
what we call it, white explaining.
right. And see,
Trump
Trump
is famous for
is,
blaming people.
yeah. And that's why I'm saying people are going to come back to him and say, well, you signed these executive orders. And I would not be surprised if out of his mouth, well, Biden did this. And you know what I mean? I would not be surprised if
Yeah,
he turned
he
around
got a
and
bad
started putting
habit of
on
that
Biden.
shit. You're right, because when they were questioning him about pardoning, doing all this pardoning of those people in the insurrection, he gonna have the nerves to fix his mouth and say they were victims.
Yeah, that's what he said.
How the hell are they victims and they're in there beating the hell out of these cops? Now they victims. And then a handful of them they done releases back in jail. They went right back out there committing crimes.
Yes. Yes.
And he purposely see Trump ain't fooling me. He purposely released them to signal to them, go out and terrorize the country.
Right.
That's what cowards do. You know, and how and then
but you know what? Trump is always going to fail, True Royal, because the reason why many of these white supremacists voted him in is because they feel like they're losing this country. Donald Trump is a flawed man. He couldn't even keep himself from getting 34 convictions. You think if a man can't keep himself from getting all those convictions can save your country?
No, he can't.
But these folks act like Donald Trump is some kind of savior. Donald Trump gonna save us from all the judgment and everything that we would get hit from. Donald Trump gonna shield us from it. No, he can't. He can't even shield himself from it.
And just in Donald Trump's inner world, I'm glad you mentioned this, Lisa. The lawyers, the team of lawyers that defended him, they wanted their money immediately because they don't trust his ass because he's famous for not paying people.
That's what he did to Rudy Giuliani. Y'all remember he ran from courtroom to courtroom trying to save Donald Trump's failed attempt to run again. Donald Trump need to admit the people weren't feeling him. That's why he lost. It was nothing rigged. People were tired of Donald Trump and they wanted him gone. All this, oh, it was rigged. Nothing was rigged. People did not vote for you. They didn't come out and vote for you. That's why you lost. And now it's way too late, but people are now reminded of why they got rid of you in the first place. They didn't like Donald Trump. They didn't like his personality. They didn't like the way he did his job as president. That's why he lost. And now you're just seeing, again, people are being reminded, yeah, this is why we didn't want this guy in there anymore. Well, you put him in there again. So now you're stuck. Now, the people that are out here crying and boo-hoo, this is your judgment. You put this man back in. You knew what he was all about.
No.
Donald Trump ain't no savior.
No, he's not.
He never will be either.
But see, them people really not telling the deep truth. Really what was on their mind was us. As long as we getting it stuck to us, they was cool with it. Yeah, we being affected by this stuff, but see, there's a difference. We was born into this bullshit. This is just a way of life to us. In all. You know? This is ridiculous. They are working on articles of impeachment, but do it really work? I mean, he was impeached twice.
Yeah.
And then what gets me now, Elon wants to take over NASA, and he can't even get them little rockets up in the sky fast enough, and they sit by. It's incredible how these people get down. When I was doing the research on how he didn't polluted Texas so bad, I mean, the water is polluted because of Elon. When he sent up those rockets and they explode, then they have to change the flight pattern because of him.
Yeah, well, they said most of those rocket launches that you see him doing are unauthorized.
Mm-hmm.
He's got to go through an authorization before he can launch a rocket. And he has decided to bypass it all and just launch rockets randomly.
Mm-hmm.
And that puts everybody in danger. What if he launches and at that same time a plane is going by? You know what I mean? He has no regard
No,
for
he doesn't.
anybody other than himself.
See, he's on a mission to, because he wants to get to Mars, and he wants to hurry up and do it, and he wants to cut corners while doing this stuff. And if you just go back and and look at the history of what NASA went through, um and everything, it was almost the same thing. So um things were blowing up left and right. People would be a fool to spend $1,000 and get in one of them damn rockets. Is you gonna die? That's a coffin. You getting it? You stepping right into your coffin. Even going along with that, but it ain't gonna
Yeah.
be. It ain't gonna. Black folks ain't gonna spend. If we had the money to do it, we wouldn't even
He
do it.
ain't, first of all, he ain't gonna get nothing up there.
No.
Okay, he ain't gonna get nothing up there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
You said you're confused about they're building bunkers. Well, about them bunkers, I'm just telling y'all folks, when there is a major disaster, don't go in confined spaces. I'm telling you something I know. Because you're stepping into a coffin. So they can go down there to them bunkers and have their caviar and all that they're going to do in their champagne, because they really be fantasizing. And while the world is being destroyed and stuff, and that's the first spot that's going to get hit. You stepping into a damn coffin.
There's a reason why they made bunker buster rockets. You know, those rockets that can penetrate the ground and go all the way down in there.
I know.
Okay, they know where them rich folks are going to run, and they can bomb every last one of them down in the ground.
But yeah,
But yeah, so y'all just stay prayed up, because we do need our Heavenly Father, and don't get involved in none of their stuff. I know we're not those kind of people, that try to get involved with anything the Gentiles are crying about. Just stay out of their way. Stay out of their way. Don't get involved in it. Let them struggle. We didn't get no help when we were struggling. We still struggling. Ain't no Gentile giving us a lifeline like they gave them illegals, giving them all kinds of money and roof over their head and everything. Nobody ever offers those lifelines to us. So, we are a set apart people. Stay set apart, for real.
Yeah, you're right about that. Well, the day ain't even begin to be over with. I know Lisa getting ready to get off. Lisa's subject to come back in 10 minutes, because we don't know what the hell gonna happen next. I'm just saying. You just don't know.
I know, right? You sure don't.
Soon as you then finish doing this live stream, something gonna pop up. She might be right back. Like, you ain't gonna believe this.
You ain't gonna run out of no stories, that's for sure.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, no, I got one, but I'm gonna do it in a video. There is another interview that Donald Trump and Elon did together, and Elon did all the talking. So I'm going to do a video on that a little later, and I'll probably have it out sometime this evening.
Okay.
So y'all, just stay safe, keep your head up, and just take care of your business. You know what I mean? And don't worry about these Gentiles. Once again, thank you, LVZ, for the super chat. One of many ancestral reflections. Thank you for the super chat with them people, sis. You'll be asking, huh? And one of many ancestral reflections. Thank you again for another super sticker. They think they're oracles, always splaining. Yeah. Yeah, they speak French a lot too. We need to go out and protest. We need to come together. It's funny how nobody needs to come together until something happens to them. That makes me laugh. You
Mhm.
know, as long as nothing is happening to them and we're falling apart, nobody comes to our rescue. But
You
as
know,
soon as something happens, they want us to dive in, drop everything we're doing, and join them in everything.
you know what I heard last night? I was listening to all them videos and I was listening to the Mexicans, and this one Mexican said, "We supported Black Lives Matter." I said, "They don't even know what the hell they talking about. Most black folks didn't even support Black Lives Matter. What are you
Right.
talking about?"
Right. Or they'll say, when George Floyd happened, we were out there. They weren't out. There was no big groups of Mexicans out in the street. Y'all don't believe that crap. You can even go back to the footage. It was not a lot of overwhelming number of Mexicans on the street. That's a damn lie during George Floyd. That's a
Lord.
damn lie. They act like we don't have video footage to go look at. It's just like when all that warring started over in Gaza, you had a multitude of the youths getting on videos talking about we were there during the civil rights movement. And then when you go, I said, let me go look at that footage. They weren't out there like that.
Mm-mm.
They weren't out there like that. But it's
Mm-mm.
amazing how every time something goes down, some group is claiming they gave us support that nobody saw. Now, you know,
Because
if the Mexicans gave us support, when was the support? What was the support in the form of? And how come nobody knows about this support that they claim they gave us?
mm-hmm.
Nobody knows about this overwhelming Mexican support.
No, they don't do that because Mexicans are overall scary ass people, and they'll sit and watch us do all the work, and then they'll come in quiet and kiss Massa's ass and say, "I'll do things for a little or nothing." Okay, you did things for a little or nothing, and you didn't get nothing. You didn't. What did you get out of it? You got clout,
Mhm.
and they told you get your ass up out of here, and then you mad at us.
Mm-hmm.
No.
If you can't think of these things that Mexicans did, that's because they didn't do shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the reason why you can't think of nothing that they did that they're saying on all these videos.
But
We
they
were
just,
there, George Floyd. We were there. No, you weren't.
you know what they're doing? They're trying to come up with some magical word or something that will jolt us, and then we'll get up and start supporting them. It ain't nothing you can do,
Nothing. Nothing.
you know, and you're not coming back.
But you know what? White people did that mess too, y'all. I remember one time my mom and I were in the living room, and it was the civil rights movement going on. I was real little at the time, but I could understand what was being said. And some old raggedy looking white woman gets on TV saying, how can you black people do this stuff after everything we've done for you?
Mm,
And my mom and I kind of looked at each other. I said, well, what did she do?
yeah.
What did she do for the black people? About some after what we've done. I don't know where all these groups get off talking to us like this, but they all do it. If you
Mm-hmm.
notice, they all do it.
Mm-hmm. They do.
I said, well, what the frick did she do?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I wanted. That's my question to the Mexicans. What did y'all do? If
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of it, then it couldn't have been much.
Mm.
And we know other groups have not come together with us like that. We don't have no history like that.
Mm-mm. No, they want to use us as the sacrificial lambs so they can go back in their comfort zone. They want to go back to continue to keep kissing Massa's ass, washing their little racist kids' ass, and scrubbing their toilets
Mm-hmm.
for a little or nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. But I haven't thought of one thing. Every time I see them on a video saying that, I'm always baffled to
Me
what
too.
they did. And then they were like, well, you know, when the slaves ran into Mexico, we helped them. No, you didn't.
No.
No, you didn't.
Mm-mm.
And let me just say this. So the thing y'all did for black people was more than 400 freaking years ago. And you want something in return for something that you did hundreds of years ago? Even that's a disgrace. So you did something for black people in a whole different century, and we're supposed to say, oh my goodness, we owe these Mexicans. Nobody is feeling that.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody.
No. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, I
So,
like that one. President Muskrat.
yep. Dark Skin Brother, thank you again for your undying support. Shalom, Lisa and True Royal and family in chat. Thank you. Thank you again.
All righty.
All right, y'all.
It's
I'm
time
gonna
for us to
get my
take a
butt
break
off.
on this stuff.
I got so many things I need to get done.
Okay.
So y'all, I will either see you later or I will be doing another live tomorrow. Shalom, family.
No, she'll be back later. All right.
Uh-huh.
All right, Ashe.